Welcome to this Roll for Crit digital review. Today we're going to actually be taking a look at Ticket to Ride on the PS4. This uses Playlink and was made by Asmodee Digital. This is the classic game you know to love, but now using your phone, you'll be playing through the PS4. The way it works is by using Playlink, you'll connect your phone to the PS4 either locally through Wi-Fi, or if you turn your PS4 to sort of its own little Wi-Fi hub. And using your phone, you're going to be able to see your own cards and plans, while the TV will show the actual board.
You're probably already familiar with the basic rules of Ticket to Ride. We're not going to go too in-depth about it, but just as a sum up, you're trying to place trains on a map of real places, real countries, or cities, or states, as the case may be, depending on the map you're using, in the world, and trying to get more points by connecting routes between different destinations. In this version, like you said, you're using the phone, which is convenient because as compared to other digital Ticket to Rides, where you usually have to pass and play because you actually have hidden information in your hand, then this way it kind of mimics an actual board game experience where you can keep your phone to yourself. That's your own cards, your own information. That's a secret. And this is Playlink is a technology that's in a few other games on PS4 right now. It's like a Sony thing they're trying to push it out there. And now this is the Ticket to Ride is using it in the board game setting, which I think is a perfect place for it. And I think that's really the thing that is the most interesting and unique about this version of Ticket to Ride that I think is worth talking about. How did you think experiencing it? Did the app seem to work well for you? Was it intuitive?
A lot of things were good. We should mention that first off, the way the app works is in a funny way. When you set up the game, whoever's the person almost is like leading the server, which we'll get to why that's important. And you can select your color, including if someone else is that color, so you can have a color fight. And there's a little flag you click if you want to say, I want to be first. So if you want to make sure someone's first for whatever reason, or if you just have three people who all argue to be first, and I'll choose between those three, which is funny. You can also, whoever's that first person can choose what map. You can buy a whole huge pack, which will have everything, but it has like France, Germany, India, all the maps.
Pretty much any expansion you can think of that physically exists, they have it for sale.
The only thing I think I didn't see there was the Dexter and Alvin and the Halloween trains. I think there's more of those weird small ones.
You may be right, yeah. And you can also, of course, add AI opponents. That's an option. They don't have difficulty levels, but they're just kind of, you can throw them in as you like. And also very important, you get to take a picture using your phone. You can do a little selfie for your little avatar to show whenever it's your turn on the screen, which is always fun.
Fun fact, you don't have to do that in the beginning. You can do it throughout the game. So every time it's your turn could be a different photo.
As it was when we played, because we just like to have fun that way. So yeah, that's the way it is. And on the app, it'll change when it's not your turn. You just kind of see your hand and your destination tickets, so you get an idea of what to do. And on the screen shows the board that everybody can look at. And then when it is your turn, you get a small version of the map on your phone, and you can place your routes, etc., draw your cards as you choose to, just like the game.
In addition, you can click your destination tokens to actually show the dots of where they are in case you want to be like, where were they again? Okay, that's
very helpful, yeah. That is definitely nice.
And when you're actually selecting tokens to begin with, like you have your 3 to 5, I can't remember, I'm mixing it up in my head, depending on the version. Let's say you select 2, like one going with the basic one to Los Angeles to Dallas and one to New York to this. It'll show, you can click multiple and show all the destinations that you want to hit. So like early setup or when you draw a new ticket. So you can be like, okay, that's the line I need to make or not, which is really nice and convenient.
Yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of reasons that Ticket to Ride works well as a digital game, and having that app does, I think, enhance it. I think it's really smart. There are definitely some weird issues. One that I had right off the bat, which I think, because we reviewed just the regular Ticket to Ride digital version of the app as well a while back, and I think the same thing was with this one, where there is no undo option, and there's also, if you place a train, it doesn't ask you to confirm it. So I found there's at least one time where I just dragged to the wrong place and it filled it in, and I was just out of luck. Whereas, of course, in a real board game, if you put it in the wrong place, you would be
Not if you're playing with very competitive people.
Yeah, if you're playing with like tournament chess rules, you can't do that. But normally, so that's like just, there's little quality of life things like that I wish they had.
Yeah, my biggest issues are with the Playlink system. We had one moment where I got a phone call and I had to step away, and I was the first person. And if you leave the game, like not even like kick X, just like switch to another, like if you use your phone, you can have multiple apps open. It will close out of you. And if you're not the head lead server person, you can join in before, which did happen. I think like you crashed, but you were able to join in
I
before your
rejoined
turn.
and it still had my information.
But I was leading the server that one, and the entire game ended. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's done.
It was just gone, and there's no way to save your game or anything.
And I didn't hit X. This was me switching over to walking away to get the phone call. It was
Yeah, if you're in the middle of something, even if you need to go somewhere, like that's it. There's also no online play. This is purely for local. This is just for playing with your friends around the couch.
right, and that's the other thing that's a little disappointing because I do like the way this works, and it could be perfect for like a streaming kind of thing, or just playing with, whether you're playing with friends or like for a big thing like YouTubers or content creators and stuff, to be able to, if like you sit in your house and I mine on the phone and just being like Jackbox in essence. That's the big thing we wish it was a little bit more like, because I think that would be just that little extra step to make this fantastic. Because the base game is for about $20, and you can get all the expansions for $30. Which is about the price of just the base, a little bit more maybe, the price of getting the base MSRP.
Which is a pretty good deal. It is pretty fairly priced. You get a lot of content in there. So if you have that, the group that wants to play Ticket to Ride, and for whatever reason maybe you just don't have the room for the physical versions, it's at least valued pretty fairly, I think. Here are our crits and misses for Ticket to Ride on the PS4 with Playlink. Crits. The Playlink technology means that you can see your hand on your phone, have your own hidden information, and you don't have to pass a tablet around, and everyone can see the screen and think about their turns in advance.
This is great for games like Ticket to Ride that has hidden information. So instead of passing around a small screen every time, you can have your own little phone that shows everything that you can think about, while the big TV screen could show all the cool stuff.
There's a pretty good value here for the different expansions. If you want to go all in and buy everything, it really won't cost you much more than just buying even the base game alone for the physical version. And playing around with the photo option, taking different pictures for your avatar in-game, is goofy and pointless, but actually in practice a lot of fun.
Misses. Switching out of the app will have you drop out, but you can rejoin if you make it back before your turn. But if you're hosting the game, you will close the server. Hope you don't have an important text or phone call.
Be careful, because if you lose that data and your app closes on you halfway through a game, it can be a huge bummer.
Playlink needs everyone in the same room together, so there's no streaming or playing with each other across the web.
It definitely takes away from probably one of the biggest reasons you want a digital version of a board game in the first place, which is that online play.
There is no undo option or confirm option, which would be a little nicer for more casual players.
I make mistakes, and I want to be able to undo them.
Overall, we really enjoyed this. We enjoyed Ticket to Ride, and this lets you get the full experience of all expansions for a relatively cheap price. However, the Playlink app is where really most of our issues were, and we think it could have maybe with some updates and maybe allowing for online play and some other small things, it could really be a shining product.
Yeah, the presentation I think is fantastic. The Playlink technology is really, really cool. There's just a few little tweaks that make it a little more frustrating to use than it should be, that unfortunately hold it back. But if you can get past those, and if you have a group that this digital version makes sense for, it is really fun to play. It is just cool to hang out on the couch, be able to look at the TV, play the game. You know, they have different music depending on the map that you're on, which is, it's nothing special, but it's okay, it's nice, and overall it is a quality product. Just, I hope that they continue to do maybe some updates or bug fixes as time goes on for those little quality of life changes. You can check it out right now if you have a PlayStation 4. It's up on that store there for $19.99, as it were, or perhaps different prices depending on what region of the world you're in. But you can go check that out now. Let us know in the comments. Have you played this new Ticket to Ride? Are there other games you think that Playlink technology could be used for, maybe even better suited for than this one? Because I'm sure we could think of a few. Talk to us down there or on Twitter or what have you. Till next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this was a Roll for Crit digital review.
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more board game content. Every little bit helps.
Please, we gotta eat.